If you're a Tottenham fan, I genuinely applaud your patience towards your team. Each time they seem to take a huge step forward this season, they inevitably stumble the very next week. Take for instance their impressive 3-0 win against Manchester United at Old Trafford. A statement win that quickly turned sour in their next game when they squandered a 2-goal lead to lose 3-2 against Brighton. Spurs then delivered a 4-1 thrashing of West Ham, only to then feebly lose 1-0 at Crystal Palace. Now, their shocking 2-1 home loss to newly promoted Ipswich Town, who haven't participated in the Premier League since 2002, marks the latest chapter in this frustrating saga, coming just a week after their 4-1 thrashing of top 4 rivals Aston Villa. This raises an intriguing question. What is driving Tottenham's inconsistency? This time last year, Tottenham kicked off the Postecoglou era in a way nobody expected. After their first 11 Premier League games, they boasted 8 wins and 2 draws, and were finally playing an exciting brand of football. It felt almost miraculous. Many fans had braced for early season struggles as the team adjusted to Postecoglou's tactics and life without Harry Kane. Instead, they hit the ground running, playing as if they had mastered this style for years. Fast forward to today, and the honeymoon period of Postecoglou at Tottenham has long been over. Spurs find themselves in 10th with just 16 points, 10 fewer than at this stage last season. However, results aside, this slow start doesn't necessarily indicate that they're a worse team than last year. A closer look reveals a more complete team with a stronger identity. They're scoring more goals and conceding fewer, especially from set pieces, while regularly winning the ball high up the pitch and improving their play from the back. Notably, after 11 games, Spurs have a goal difference of +10, matching last season's figure at the same point. And despite their current position, they're only 3 points off 3rd place. As thrilling as they were, it's clear that Spurs may have overperformed during last season's hot streak. Half of their 8 wins were by single-goal margins, and one of those victories was aided by a massive VAR error against Liverpool. Ultimately, when things went wrong, starting with that 4-1 home defeat to Chelsea, it took them months to regain their form. But unlike last season's prolonged slump, Tottenham are struggling with erratic consistency this season. They have only won back-to-back league games once this season, suffering 5 defeats and securing only 1 win on the road. While this young group has ample room for growth, expectations for Postecoglou's second season are undeniably higher. They're stronger at both ends of the pitch and have the depth to change games and even survive bumps along the road. Fans can only hope that, as the season progresses, the squad will find the consistency needed to turn their potential into results. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, subscribe so that you don't miss out on our future videos. Tottenham have developed a peculiar habit of giving away the first goal and then needing to fight back, a trend that feels unsustainable if they aim to challenge for a top 4 finish. Since the start of last season, they've conceded the opening goal at home on 14 occasions, more than all but one Premier League side, Manchester United, who were downright awful under Erik ten Hag. To their credit, Spurs have managed to recover from conceding first to win 10 times under Postecoglou, which ties them with Manchester City for the most in the league. While all their wins this season have seen them score 3 goals or more, showcasing their ability to capitalize on counterattacks once they establish a lead, their losses expose a drop in effectiveness against teams that can frustrate them, particularly low-block, counter-attacking sides. Against Ipswich, for instance, Spurs controlled 66% of possession, but, lacking the final third quality to justify their expansive style, created few clear-cut chances. Meanwhile, the pace of Liam Delap and Omari Hutchinson on the counter stifled Spurs' ability to pin their opponents back. Adding to their challenges could be the impact of midweek Europa League fixtures and heavy squad rotation, which appear to disrupt their cohesion. Spurs' best performances have come when their first team played together midweek in the Carabao Cup against City and then against Villa in the league a few days later. Conversely, in every week they fielded a younger side midweek, their first team has come away with a disappointing result on the weekend. However, finding the right balance is tricky, as deploying the same lineup every 4 days risks injuries. Compounding their issues is the dip in form of James Maddison, whose creativity is his biggest asset. As a result, Postecoglou has had to frequently adjust his midfield setup, recently pairing Pape Matar Sarr with Dejan Kulusevski, while either Yves Bissouma or Rodrigo Bentancur plays as the holding midfielder. While Sarr brings tenacity and stretches defenses with his runs, Maddison's creative spark has been sorely missed. Postecoglou has repeatedly dismissed the Spursy label, challenging his side to prove it wrong. Yet, while the notion of inherent Spursiness may be a cliché, it is rooted in some truth. Tottenham have cycled through 5 managers, overhauled their squad, and transitioned to a dazzling new stadium, yet they remain trophyless. This raises a troubling implication. Have the succession of different players, upon donning the Spurs jersey, somehow morphed into flaky individuals? Conversely, while great managers often forge a team's identity, they seldom instill a club's DNA. Take Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United, for instance. They mastered the art of snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, but since his retirement in 2013, United have unearthed myriad ways to succumb to defeat. Spurs find themselves in a unique conundrum within English football. Still regarded as one of the Big Six, they face towering expectations yet lack the financial clout of their rivals, who can maintain a high intensity match after match throughout the season to come out on top. While Spurs always seem to have a decent first team, their squad depth often falls short. So when adversity strikes, their options for change become limited. That ultimately comes down to the money invested in the squad, which, in recent years, has relied heavily on good form and individual brilliance to win the day. With the motto of "to dare is to do" encapsulating their spirit, perhaps Tottenham, straddling the line between aspiration and reality, must embrace a bolder vision to truly punch above their weight. Many fans still love Postecoglou, though some are growing impatient and plenty find themselves caught in the middle. But what's undeniable is that in just 18 months, he has completely revamped the squad, the playing style, and, most importantly, the culture. Tottenham now have a manager who uplifts them, raises expectations rather than lowers them, and takes responsibility instead of making excuses when things go wrong. And while their inconsistency may hinder short-term progress, fans should remain optimistic about what can be achieved in the not-too-distant future. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more football news, stories, and insights. Also, don't forget to hit notifications so you never miss a beat. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.